Why did Jin cry and cover his eyes with a cap while celebrating Jimin's birthday alone? A silent signal from BTS's eldest member raises alarming questions the moment Jin lowered his head and pulled his cap down to shield his eyes. The room fell into a silence that no music could fill. It wasn't just a gesture, it was a rupture. Why would a global icon, known for his resilience and humor, choose to celebrate Jimin's birthday alone in a dimly lit room with no other BTS member in sight? And more importantly, why did he cry? This wasn't a performance. It wasn't a fan service. It was a raw, unfiltered glimpse into the emotional weight carried by Kim Seokjin, the eldest member of BTS, whose return from military service was supposed to mark a new chapter of strength and unity. Instead, fans were met with a solitary figure, struggling to smile, blinking back tears, and hiding his face beneath a cap that seemed to serve more as armor than accessory. What happened to the camaraderie that once defined BTS? And what does this moment reveal about the state of the group and Jin himself? The video, which surfaced quietly but spread like wildfire, shows Jin sitting alone at a modest table. A small cake flickers in front of him. He attempts a smile, but his eyes betray him. They are swollen, red, and distant. He bows his head repeatedly, and at one point, he pulls his cap down so low that his face disappears entirely. The silence is deafening. There is no laughter, no chorus of happy birthday, no playful banter. Just Jin, alone, trying to honor Jimin's birthday in a way that feels more like mourning than celebration. Speculation erupted instantly. Was this a scheduling conflict? Were the other members simply unavailable? Or was this something deeper, something fractured? The absence of the other members, especially during such a symbolic moment, has led many to question whether emotional distance has begun to creep into the group's dynamic. After years of shared stages, shared dorms, and shared dreams, could the weight of individual paths and military obligations have carved a gap too wide to ignore? Jin's tears were not theatrical. They were not the kind that accompany a sentimental speech or a nostalgic memory. They were restrained, reluctant, and painful. The kind of tears that come when one is trying not to cry. And the cap, pulled down with deliberate force, was not a fashion statement. It was a shield, a barrier between his vulnerability and the world watching. Why would Jin, who has always been open with fans, choose to hide in this moment? Some fans believe the answer lies in the pressure. The pressure of returning from military service and immediately being thrust back into the spotlight. The pressure of expectations, of being the eldest, the anchor, the one who must hold it together. Others point to the emotional toll of separation. BTS has not operated as a full unit for years. Solo projects, enlistments, and personal growth have taken each member on different paths. Could Jin's tears be a reflection of longing for the days when birthdays were celebrated with chaotic joy, laughter, and togetherness? There is also the haunting possibility that Jin's gesture was a silent message, a signal that the road to reunion is not as smooth as fans hope. While Jin and J-Hope have returned from military service, and RM, Jimin, V, and Jungkook are expected to follow, the emotional landscape may have shifted. Reuniting physically is one thing. Reuniting emotionally, creatively, and spiritually is another. Could Jin be grappling with the realization that the BTS he knew may never fully return? The timing of the video adds another layer of complexity. It was released quietly, without fanfare and without context.
No captions, no explanations.
Just Jin alone. This absence of narrative has left fans to fill in the blanks, and the theories range from exhaustion to heartbreak. Some believe Jin is mourning the loss of a simpler time. Others think he is overwhelmed by the responsibility of leading the group into its next chapter. And some fear that Jin is carrying a burden he cannot yet share. What makes this moment even more poignant is Jin's history. He has always been the member who brings levity, who cracks jokes, who comforts others. Seeing him in such a vulnerable state is not just surprising, it's alarming. It suggests that even the strongest among us have limits, that even global superstars can feel isolated, overwhelmed, and uncertain. The question that now looms is, what does this mean for BTS? Is Jin's solitary celebration a one-time occurrence, or is it indicative of a deeper shift within the group? Are the members drifting apart emotionally, even as they prepare for a long-awaited reunion? And if so, what can be done to bridge that gap? Fans have responded with an outpouring of support, but also with concern. The image of Jin crying alone has become a symbol, not just of sadness, but of the complexities that come with fame, brotherhood, and change. It has forced many to confront the reality that BTS is not immune to the challenges that come with time, distance, and evolution. There is also the possibility that Jin's tears were for Jimin himself. The two have shared a close bond, often marked by playful teasing and genuine affection. Could Jin be mourning the absence of that connection? Could he be feeling the weight of celebrating a friend's birthday without the friend present? And if so, what does that say about the current state of their relationship? The silence from other members has only intensified the speculation. No public messages, no reposts, no visible acknowledgement. This absence has led some to wonder whether internal dynamics have shifted in ways that fans are only beginning to see. Is there tension? Is there emotional distance? Or is this simply a moment of personal reflection that happened to be captured on camera? Regardless of the answer, one thing is clear: Jin's gesture was not meaningless. It was a moment of truth, a moment that peeled back the layers of performance and revealed the human beneath. And in doing so, it has sparked a conversation that goes beyond birthdays and celebrations. It has forced fans, media, and even the industry to ask, what does it mean to be part of a group that is both a family and a brand? What happens when the emotional needs of individuals collide with the expectations of millions? Jin's tears, his bowed head, and his hidden eyes are not just a personal moment. They are a mirror, a reflection of the emotional complexity that comes with being part of something as massive and meaningful as BTS. And while fans may never know the full story behind that solitary celebration, they will remember the image. Because in that image lies 1,000 questions, 1,000 emotions, and 1,000 hopes for healing, reunion, and understanding. As BTS prepares for its next chapter, the world watches. Not just for music, performances, or comebacks, but for signs of unity, vulnerability, and truth. Jin's moment has reminded everyone that behind the lights, the fame, and the perfection, there are real people. People who feel, who struggle, and who sometimes cry alone while celebrating someone they love. And perhaps in that truth, there is a deeper kind of connection. One that transcends choreography and charts. One that speaks to the heart of what BTS has always stood for: authenticity, emotion, and the courage to be human, even when the world is watching.